from the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. This is a winter weather alert.
All right, it is 10 o'clock. Good morning to you. Ben Luna alongside the world-famous Fred Gossage.
Something like that.
In the Tennessee Valley Weather Center this morning as we continue to track the winter storm that is working its way across the southeast this morning, affecting multiple states now from Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and Mississippi, all the way back through Arkansas. This is a very large-scale event. Let's go to Viper, and I'll tell you exactly what we're seeing here as we take a peek and show you the overall regional radar scope of how massive the overall storm is that extends really from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Louisiana Bayou and points back out into the Gulf of Mexico. And then putting this guy into motion, you'll see that we have still quite a bit of moisture to get through as this storm system continues to evolve for us here in the Tennessee Valley. We have a report of several inches of snow that has collected and fallen all over our viewing area from Murray County in the north to Franklin County in the south. And this continues to be one messy and treacherous day. In fact, we have had several traffic reported issues this morning, ranging from folks sliding off the road, getting stuck in the roads. It's just been a crazy day. Want to switch over and take a quick peek to see if AJ...
Before you do that, back to radar for just a second.
Okay.
Do want to note that wintry mix line, that is the changeover to sleet now. That is moving into places like the Shoals up into Decatur now. So for those of you in North Alabama, you are changing over to sleet now from snow. All right, we'll go back to AJ. Sorry about that.
Down through there. All right, so yeah, let's switch back to AJ. He had the hardest assignment of anybody today, by the way, from the Weather Center, and that was to stand on his front porch and live stream what he sees. Actually, there's my mom's house. That's where I grew up, across the street over there. That's 5th Avenue and 9th Street in Lawrenceburg, as he takes a peek, and looks about like everywhere else it does. And I would assume that we would have a sports snowman in his front yard before the end of today. We've had Mark Gandy out. Mark's a dear friend of ours. Mark has been in Columbia. I think he finally made it to work. We'll switch over and take a peek at his stuff at Murray County 911. And I don't think he is moving anymore, but he told me that he would stream it on his way to work this morning, and I think that's where he's at. Bryant has made it home for a little while, but he is going to hop back out a little bit later on this afternoon. Fred is on the weather wall. We've had a busy day so far, and I think this afternoon is only going to be busier. Fredo?
In a different kind of way, because we're going to continue to change from snow to sleet. I don't see much freezing rain. I do think there could be some light freezing drizzle involved with it, but I think the main changeover is going to be some sleet across the area that's going to put more of a crust of ice over top the snow that we've had this morning that has been a widespread 4 to 6 inch snow, as we're starting to find out with widespread reports across northwest Alabama, stretching up now into southern middle Tennessee. Winter storm warning continues for all of the area today and tonight, expiring at 6 a.m. on Saturday. That's not really going to change for the rest of the event. We just show that as a reminder. The timing for the winter storm is still unfolding. It's between now ending this evening. Snow is in the process gradually from southwest to northeast of changing from snow to sleet and a touch of freezing rain, but not much of it. For southern middle Tennessee, it's mainly snow, but down in North Alabama, as we expected, it is starting to mix with sleet and change over with sleet and time. But this has been a widespread heavy snow. The 4 to 7 inch main band is verifying, the forecast is verifying. We actually had to expand the coverage of that this morning down deeper southward into northwest Alabama. And we're still going to have to watch the reports coming in, especially, I think, the northern half of Lauderdale County in Alabama. We may have to watch for that. May be where some of those isolated heavier totals set up based on what we've already seen across the area. Wintry mix still in play, and that's evolving now in North Alabama. Widespread travel impacts today, tonight, lingering at times into the weekend with the melting and refreezing process. Here's another look. Satellite and radar composite. You can see the wintry mix starting to push northeastward now into North Alabama. We've had reports of a changeover in the Shoals area down to Red Bay over toward the Coleman area and encroaching on Decatur. So with time from south to north, it is now starting to turn over to sleet. It's not just a question anymore. We're getting good verified ground truth of that happening. And you can see what's also happening as that begins. The snow starts letting up in intensity. Behind that heavier band, you switch over to sleet and your temperatures come up a few degrees at the same time. We've come out of the upper 20s up to 32 now for several areas in northwest Alabama. Still cold enough to cause widespread problems, but that's a sign that that warm nose about 5,000 feet is coming into the area. What has not changed, pavement temperatures, road surface temperatures, still well down to the mid to upper 20s. That's going to continue today, and that's why that widespread hazardous travel will continue. So our sleet mixing in with the snow, spreading from south to north across the area. I'm starting to think now more and more, based on the last hour of reports, that yes, the sleet is going to make it into southern middle Tennessee. The slightest bit of some glaze over North Alabama, not expecting much from that. Things taper off into the evening, staying cloudy overnight. So fortunately, it's not going to be one of these situations like we sometimes see with snow events where the sky goes clear and then all the radiational cooling drops us down to the single digits. That is not going to be the case tonight. The clouds will act as an insulating blanket, keep us from doing the radiational cooling. We'll only drop down to the mid to upper 20s by daybreak here on a Saturday morning, maybe a few more flurries that won't accumulate, and then we start to get a little bit of sunshine here second half of the weekend. So when all is said and done and we look at how much snow is still falling, is yet to go for a little while longer, and how much has already happened, it's going to be a widespread 4 to 7 inch snow across southern middle Tennessee, especially Columbia and southward, all the way down to places like near Decatur, back to Cortland, to Russellville, where they've had 4-inch snow, back to Red Bay, and this zone in here. And we're already getting 5 and 6 inch reports becoming more and more widespread across the Shoals area. And I wouldn't be shocked if there's an isolated 7+ in here somewhere in that northern part of Lauderdale County, maybe with time into southern Lawrence County, southern Wayne County, or southwest Giles. That's the area I would watch for maybe a 6, a 7, or an isolated higher than that once we tabulate all the totals. Again, maybe a slight glaze of light ice south of the Tennessee River, not too much to that. It's mainly a transition to sleet from North Alabama into southern middle Tennessee as we head into the afternoon. High impact morning storm continues, and what we'll also have to watch, especially if we are getting sleet on top of some snow that's stuck onto the tree limbs, we'll have to watch for maybe an increasing threat of a few spotty power outages. Not long-term, long-lasting power outages, but maybe some short-term outages where a tree limb breaks and falls onto a power line. We'll be watching that carefully as we head through the rest of today. Winter storm warning continues for all of the area all the way through 6 a.m. Saturday. Our next live scheduled update will be at the top of the next hour at 11 o'clock. For Ben Luna, I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.